A question I get asked all the time is, how did you and your boyfriend meet, and how were you guys able to maintain long distance for almost 3 years? Oh, before we start, I'm using the Pixie brightening eye patches. I live by this. Amazing. Love it. Okay? Amazing. So basically in 2019, I had went out with my friends, and at the time he was promoting. And I had gotten his phone number, but it was more so just like business, like just promoting. It wasn't anything serious. So he would text me, and it would just be like promoting, like come to the club, blah, blah, blah. And he added his Instagram in it. So I was like, I don't remember exactly what his face looked like, so let me just follow him on Instagram. So we both ended up following each other. But going back to when I had gotten his number, that night was kind of a blur. So I didn't really remember what his face looked like or the interaction that we even had that night. I just remember getting his phone number. And no, before you ask, I wasn't too fucked up. There was just too much going on. So I just did not remember. So literally a year from 2018 or 2019, I ended up going back to the same club with my friends. And honestly, I shouldn't have even been able to get into the club that night because I had misplaced my ID that day. It was just like a mess, but somehow I ended up getting in. And so we were at the club, and all of a sudden I see him walk by. But this time, like the way that I saw him, like it just felt different. Like I guess you could say it was basically love at first sight, but he, out of everyone else that was in the club, for some odd reason, it was like he caught my eye, and the way the light was just beaming at him, it was just like he was sent from heaven above. Now I'm gonna continue with the Belief Aqua Bomb. Live by this too. So then all of a sudden he's standing, and I was like, let me just go say hi. Like he's looking my direction, so I wave at him. And when I wave at him, he kind of does this quick little like look back as if, are you waving at me? Like, who the fuck are you? So I was like, okay, this is weird. So now let me go up and say hi to him, because if I don't, like, I'm gonna just look like a crazy ass bitch, and I don't wanna look like that. So I then proceeded to walk up to him, and we started having a conversation. I was telling him, like, I just didn't know what to say because it was awkward. So I was just having small talk, and it was more so like telling him how like I lost my ID and all this stuff. So the conversation was very short, simple. But I had pulled up with one of the promoters who he also knew, well, my boyfriend who also knew at the time. Also, I just realized I used the Aqua Bomb when I was really supposed to be using this last. But how cute are these Paula Choice pads? They're washable. Love, 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 love. Because I don't have to keep going out to buy freaking cotton pads. And then I'm going to be going in with the Paula's Choice exfoliant because, baby. This thing, this is why my face be glistening now, okay? Don't sleep on it. So a couple of days after I had that interaction with my boyfriend at the club, he ends up posting a picture, so I like it. And then he messaged me saying, I've been looking for you. So that's when everything kind of kicked off, and we went on our first date. So a few days after he DM'd me, we end up going on our date. So we're in the DC area, and we were just having a conversation. He asked me how old I was, and I was like, I'm 20. And then he just started laughing, and I was just like, okay, what the fuck is so funny? Come to find out, at that time, he was about 28, so it got really fucking awkward. Yeah. Still to this day, he said that he was going to dead the whole date. Thank God he didn't. But basically, after we went on our date, and he started like sitting down and talking to me, and like really started to pick my brain, he realized like, oh shit, like she's actually really mature. And then that's when things really kind of just like started kicking off for the both of us. But it was embarrassing because whenever the servers would come and ask for drinks, like obviously I couldn't order my drinks because I wasn't 21. So like that part was weird. But like out of respect, he didn't order a drink just so that he could make me feel more comfortable when we were out on our date. You know, I had to get my little coffee break. So now, rolling into like 6 months, 7 months of us into our relationship, I was at community college at the time. If you're from the DMV area, then you're well aware of Nova Community College. So I was there, and then I had actually got accepted into VCU. If you don't know where VCU is, it's in Richmond, Virginia. So roughly around the same time I got accepted into VCU, my boyfriend's actually in the military, so he was stationed in DC, and he found out that he was actually gonna have to move to Atlanta, Georgia. Honestly, I wasn't that disappointed at the time, just because like I was gonna be going to college and there's just gonna be a lot going on, and my parents weren't financially stable to really help me. So I knew that when I was gonna be going to college, like I was gonna have to work and I was gonna have to like pay for my living, like pay for everything on my own. And now I'm gonna be going in with the Paula's Choice Super Booster. I also live by this too. I don't know why I've slept on Paula's Choice for so long, but baby, I literally just started using these products almost 2 weeks ago, and my skin, even my boyfriend said something to me about my skin glowing. I mean, can you see? Minus this little pimple right here, but please. And honestly, like doing the long distance, there were a lot of times where it definitely did become a bit discouraging, because there were times where like, you know, like I wanted him to be around, and like just being in college and like being young and like him already kind of living that life and I didn't have the opportunity. Like there were times where he was willing to kind of like let us both take our separate ways, but I didn't want to, because I just felt like, you know, this is just going to be a small little phase in my life, and just being single during college, and like it's gonna be one, distracting, and two, like I don't want to regret this decision that I'm gonna make, because it truly was amazing and still is. And one thing that I could say, although I am like a really motivated person, I can say like seeing how hard he would work, like it was more motivating for me as well. And like just like him talking about our future, like I just knew that like I was making the right decision, because it's just like I was thinking more so future based. So then basically 3 years go by, and I'm about to graduate college. And yes, there were times where I did have conversations with him, like, this is just too hard, like I want to break up, I don't want to do this anymore, like this is just too hard on me, like I'm just too overwhelmed, like I don't know if I could do this, like when are we going to be able to live together, like I don't want to move all the way out there, like it was just a lot that went into it. So he basically found his way to come back to DC after I graduated. And now we live together in DC, in the same city we met in. And honestly, looking back at everything, it really made me realize how grateful I was for being patient and trusting the process, because everything ended up working out in our favor. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's easy, because there definitely were times where I would literally cry myself to sleep. Also, I do want to make it clear, I am no relationship expertise or anything like that. I do follow anyone on here. If you come across my video and you are in a long distance relationship, I'm here to tell you, if you and your partner are really willing to work together and make it work, I promise you it will happen. It will. But I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Bye.